Let me ask you something, my dear. Have you ever believed that in order to change your life, you must struggle for years, climb mountains of effort, or wait for some miracle outside of yourself? Most of us do. We think change is hard, slow, and almost impossible. But what if I told you that true transformation begins in a single moment? What if I told you that your life can take a new direction the very instant you choose a new thought? Because the truth is this: your mind is the captain of your journey, and your thoughts are the map. If you change the map, you change the destination. You see, life is not controlled by outside forces as much as we believe. It is not fate or luck or even circumstances that hold the greatest power. It is the way you speak to yourself, the way you think about yourself, the way you imagine what is possible for you. Your thoughts shape your feelings shape your actions, and your actions create your world. One thought can set you free. One affirmation can break years of self-doubt. One moment of awareness can open the door to a completely new life. So tonight, I want you to open your heart. I want you to listen not just with your ears, but with your soul. Because I will share with you 7 simple, powerful rules. Rules that do not take years to learn, but can transform your life in just 32 minutes. Yes, that quickly. Because change is not about time. It is about willingness. It is about the moment you decide, I am ready for something better. I am ready for something new. And as you hear these rules, I want you to remember this. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You only need to choose a new way of thinking. You only need to remember the power that has always lived inside you. Transformation is not far away. It is here. It is now. It begins with one thought, and that thought could be born tonight. Oh, my dear, do you realize how powerful you really are? Do you realize that the most powerful tool you will ever own is not outside of you? It is not your job, not your money, not even the people around you. It is your mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon, your most faithful servant, your most creative partner. And here is the truth. Your mind will obey whatever you tell it. It does not argue. It does not reason. It simply responds. If you tell your mind you are weak, it believes you. If you tell your mind you are strong, it believes you. If you tell your mind that life is difficult, it will show you difficulty. If you tell your mind that life is flowing in your favor, it will show you opportunities. The mind is like a fertile field. It does not care what seeds you plant. It will grow them, weeds or roses. The choice is always yours. So many of us forget this. We allow the mind to run wild, to dictate our feelings, to drag us into old fears, old stories, old patterns. But let me remind you, you are not your mind. You are the one directing it. You must become the captain. You must become the gardener. You must choose the words you feed it, because every thought you repeat is a command, and every command creates a reality. This is why affirmations are so powerful. They are not silly sentences. They are instructions. They are directions. They are seeds planted into the soil of the subconscious. When you say, I am enough, I am capable, I am on the right path, you are training your mind to serve you, not sabotage you. And the mind, being a faithful servant, obeys. Say it with me now. I am enough, I can. I am on the right path. Again. I am enough, I can. I am on the right path. Let those words sink in. Feel how your body shifts when you affirm them. Feel how your energy changes. That is the mind listening. That is the mind obeying. That is the mind aligning with your highest good. And then comes the second rule, one that so many of us resist. What you fight only grows stronger. What you resist persists. Have you ever noticed that the more you fight something, the more it seems to stay? The more you say, I hate this, I don't want this, this must go away, the more it lingers. Why? Because when you resist, you are giving it attention, and attention is energy. And energy is life. Whatever you feed with your energy grows, even the things you don't want. So here is the secret. Instead of resisting, practice acceptance. Acceptance does not mean approval. Acceptance does not mean you agree with it. Acceptance simply means you stop fighting reality, because you cannot change what you refuse to accept. You cannot release what you keep wrestling with. The moment you say, yes, this is what is here, yes, I see it, yes, I acknowledge it, you create space for change. You stop pouring energy into resistance, and you begin to redirect that energy into creation. Let me give you an example. If you wake up every morning and say, I hate this job, I hate this job, I hate this job, what happens? You carry that hatred into your day. You feel heavier. You see only what is wrong. You trap yourself in the very thing you want to escape. But if you shift your words even slightly, the energy changes. Instead of saying, I hate this job, say, I am learning the lessons I need from this job. I am preparing myself for the new opportunities that are coming. Can you feel the difference? One statement locks you in. The other opens a door. One drains your energy. The other gathers your energy. One keeps you stuck. The other moves you forward. This is what it means to stop resisting. It does not mean you love the situation. It means you stop feeding it with hate. You stop adding fuel to the fire. You begin to see it as temporary, as a teacher, as a stepping stone. And from that place of peace, change becomes possible. Because life always flows where energy is directed. And when you direct your energy toward acceptance, toward love, toward growth, life responds. Life brings you new paths, new people, new possibilities. So ask yourself now, what have I been fighting? What have I been resisting? Is it a relationship? Is it my body? Is it my past? Is it my work? Can I just for a moment stop saying, I hate this, and start saying, I accept this, and I am ready for something better? Remember, resistance chains you, but acceptance frees you. Resistance makes you rigid, but acceptance makes you flexible. Resistance locks the door, but acceptance opens the window. Take a breath with me now. Place your hand over your heart. Whisper softly, I accept where I am. I accept what is. I am open to change. I am ready for more. Again, I accept where I am. I accept what is. I am open to change. I am ready for more. Feel the release in your body as you speak these words. That is the burden lifting. That is the resistance dissolving. That is freedom entering. Let me share something very personal with you, my dear. Years ago, when I first began this journey of healing and teaching, I believed that my past was my prison. I thought all the things that had happened to me, the hurt, the losses, the mistakes, were heavy chains that kept me from moving forward. I lived with regret for yesterday, and I lived with fear for tomorrow. And because of that, I could not truly live in today. But slowly, as I practiced, I began to see a deeper truth. Nothing in your life stands alone. Everything is connected. Every past experience leads you to this moment. Every choice you make today creates your tomorrow. And the thread that ties them all together is your awareness. Think about it. The person you are right now is the result of everything you have walked through. Your joys, your sorrows, your triumphs, your heartbreaks, all of them have shaped you. Even the things you wish had never happened have carved wisdom into your soul. Even the mistakes you thought ruined you have become teachers in disguise. This is why we must learn to be grateful for the past, even if it was painful. Because without it, you would not be here, listening, ready to grow, ready to change. The past is not your enemy. The past is your teacher. The past is your stepping stone. When you begin to see this, you stop fighting your history. You stop blaming yourself for yesterday. Instead, you say, "Thank you, past, for the lessons. Thank you, pain, for the strength. Thank you, mistakes, for the wisdom. Thank you, journey, for bringing me here." That gratitude transforms everything. The regret softens, the bitterness fades, the shame dissolves, and all that remains is understanding, compassion, and a deeper sense of who you are. And once you understand this, you realize something even greater. The seeds you plant today will become the garden you walk through tomorrow. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every action you take is a seed. If you plant seeds of love, you will walk through fields of love. If you plant seeds of fear, you will walk through fields of fear. Life does not forget. Life always brings back the harvest of what you sow. So I ask you, what are you planting today? What are you feeding your future with? Are you sowing kindness or criticism? Are you sowing gratitude or complaint? Are you sowing courage or doubt? Remember, tomorrow grows out of today. The future grows out of the present, and you are the gardener. Now we arrive at one of the most powerful truths I have ever learned, and one I repeat again and again. The point of power is always in the present moment. This moment, right here, right now, is where your life can change. Not yesterday, it is gone. Not tomorrow, it is not here yet. Only today, only now, only this breath. This is where your power lies. So many of us waste our energy replaying the past or rehearsing the future. We think, if only I had done this differently. If only they had treated me better. What if tomorrow everything falls apart? And while our minds are stuck there, life is happening here. Power is here. Healing is here. Change is here, but we miss it because we are somewhere else. Let me tell you this. You cannot change the past by reliving it. You cannot change the future by worrying about it. But you can change everything by choosing differently right now. Right now, you can choose a new thought. Right now, you can choose a new response. Right now, you can choose peace instead of fear. And when you choose differently in the present, the past begins to heal and the future begins to brighten. All from one moment, all from now. So how do we practice this? We practice with the simplest of tools, the breath. Every time you catch yourself spinning in regret or drowning in worry, stop. Place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and whisper, "In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I am at peace. In this moment, I choose love." These words bring you back. These words anchor you here. These words remind you that your power has never left. It was only waiting for you to notice. Let us do it together now. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and say softly, "Right now, I'm safe. Right now, I'm at peace. Right now, I choose love." Again, breathe in, breathe out. Right now, I'm safe. Right now, I'm at peace. Right now, I choose love. One more time, let it sink into your soul. Right now, I am safe. Right now, I am at peace. Right now, I choose love. Do you feel it? That calm, that stillness, that soft power, that is your present moment. That is your point of power. that is where your life changes. And when you live like this, grateful for the past, intentional in the present, open to the future, you begin to experience life as a flow. You stop dragging chains. You stop carrying burdens. You start to walk lighter, breathe easier, love deeper. You understand that you are not a victim of your history, nor are you a slave to your fears. You are a creator, a gardener, a conscious being choosing thought by thought, moment by moment, to shape your life. So let us seal this truth with affirmation. Say with me, I bless my past. I am present in my now. I create my future with love. Again, I bless my past. I am present in my now. I create my future with love. And one last time, with all the strength in your heart, I bless my past. I am present in my now. I create my future with love. Remember, my dear, everything is connected. The past gave you wisdom. The present gives you power. The future will give you blessings. And it all begins with what you choose right now. My dear, I want to empower you with this truth. You are never stuck. You may feel blocked, you may feel lost, you may feel as though life has pushed you into a corner, but you are never truly trapped. Life is always offering another way, another path, another door. The only question is, are you willing to see it? Are you willing to let go of the old way and try something new? Too often we keep throwing ourselves against the same wall, believing that if we push harder, fight longer, or suffer more, somehow it will break. But walls do not open because of force. Walls open because of wisdom. And wisdom whispers, if this way is not working, change the way. If this path is blocked, find another. Think of the river. The river never argues with the rock. It does not scream. It does not struggle. It does not keep banging its head against the stone. No, the river simply flows around it, gentle, persistent, patient, and yet unstoppable. And one day, the rock is smoothed by the very water that refused to fight it. This is the power of flexibility. This is the strength of softness. When you stop resisting, when you stop forcing, you begin to flow. And when you flow, you always find a way. So if one job does not open to you, try another. If one relationship does not blossom, create space for a new one. If one idea does not bear fruit, plant another seed. You are not failing, you are redirecting. You are not blocked, you are being guided. Every closed door is simply life saying, there is a better way. And your task is not to stand there in despair, but to turn your head, open your eyes, and notice the doors you had not seen before. I want you to hear this. There is no shame in changing your direction. There is no weakness in letting go of what doesn't work. There is only wisdom, only courage, only freedom. Every successful person, every fulfilled soul has been someone willing to adapt, willing to adjust, willing to say, this is not working, I will try another way. Can you give yourself that freedom today? Can you bless the old path and step onto a new one? Say softly with me, I am flexible, I am open, I flow with life, I trust new paths. Again, I am flexible, I am open, I flow with life, I trust new paths. One more time, let it sink deep. I am flexible, I am open, I flow with life, I trust new paths. This is your power, this is your freedom, and now let us step into something even deeper. Your music, your song, your mission. Because the greatest tragedy is not death. The greatest tragedy is to die with your music still inside you. Each of us comes into this world with a unique vibration, a note only we can sing, a melody only we can bring. And yet so many of us silence our song. We hide our art, we bury our voice, We live for the approval of others instead of the expression of ourselves. We let fear, shame, or conformity rob us of our gift. But listen, my dear, you were not born to be a copy. You were born to be an original. You were not born to play someone else's song. You were born to play your own. Inside you, right now, there are words waiting to be written, songs waiting to be sung, love waiting to be expressed, creations waiting to be born. Do not silence them. Do not let them wither inside you. Because when you suppress your music, you suppress your soul. When you silence your song, you silence your joy. I want you to ask yourself, what is the music in me that I have not yet played? What is the truth in me that I have not yet spoken? What is the dream in me that I have not yet dared to live? Let the answers rise, even if they scare you, because those answers are your calling. Those answers are your life. And here is the secret. Your music does not have to be perfect. You do not have to be the best. You do not have to win awards or gain applause. Your only task is to express it. Your only task is to give it life. Write your words. Paint your picture. Sing your song. Dance your dance. Speak your truth. Love your people. Share your gifts. That is how you live fully. That is how you live without regret. The world does not need more perfection. The world needs more authenticity. The world does not need more noise. The world needs your unique voice. The world does not need you to be like everyone else. The world needs you to be you. And when you live this way, something miraculous happens. You feel alive. You feel radiant. You feel whole. Because nothing drains the soul more than suppression, and nothing energizes the soul more than expression. So let us make a vow together right now. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I will not let my music die inside me. I will live my truth. I will sing my song. I will share my gifts. I will shine my light. Again, stronger. I will not let my music die inside me. I will live my truth. I will sing my song. I will share my gifts. I will shine my light. And one final time with all your heart. I will not let my music die inside me. I will live my truth. I will sing my song. I will share my gifts. I will shine my light. My dear, this is what it means to change your life. Not to keep fighting the same battles, not to keep silencing your soul, but to flow with life and to express who you really are. Flexibility and authenticity. These two rules will set you free. Be like the river, gentle, flexible, persistent. Be like the musician, expressive, authentic, alive. And if you live this way, your life will not just change, it will sing. The final rule I want to share with you, my dear, is one that is deceptively simple, almost childlike in its nature, and yet it carries the power to change your entire life. It is called the 5-second rule, and I want you to listen closely, because in these 5 seconds lies the key to breaking years of hesitation, procrastination, and self-sabotage. The story begins when I watched a rocket launch. The countdown, the anticipation, the energy in the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then liftoff. Something inside me shifted as I realized this was not just about rockets. This was about life. This was about action. This was about the way we humans often hold back, overthink, or talk ourselves out of doing the very thing we know would set us free. And in that moment I thought, what if I gave myself a countdown? What if I interrupted my hesitation with action? And so I began to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move. Stand up, pick up the phone, speak the truth, begin the work, And that tiny act of counting changed everything. Why does it work? Because in the space between thought and action, there is a small window, 5 seconds, no more. You have an idea, you feel a spark, you sense an intuition, and then, unless you move quickly, your mind begins to interfere. Your brain says, not now, later, tomorrow. Who do you think you are? And the opportunity slips away. But if you act before the mind talks you out of it, you bypass the old habits, you override the fear, and you step into your power. The 5-second rule interrupts the old programming and activates the new self. It is simple. When you have the urge to act, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move, not later, not someday, now. Call the friend, send the application, go for the walk, write the first sentence, speak the truth. And with every act, you build confidence, you build momentum, you prove to yourself that you are in charge of your life, not your hesitation, not your fear, not your excuses. I know what some of you are thinking. Can something so small really work? Yes, it can. Because the brain is designed to keep you safe, and safety to the brain means staying the same. But growth is never found in staying the same. Growth is found in action, in risk, in courage. And the 5-second rule is the bridge between thought and action, between fear and courage, between dream and reality. It is not the size of the step that matters, it is the direction. And the 5-second rule gets you moving in the right direction. Think about all the times you hesitated and missed the chance. You wanted to speak up in a meeting. 5 seconds later, the moment was gone. You wanted to say, I love you. 5 seconds later, fear silenced you. You wanted to take the opportunity. 5 seconds later, doubt stopped you. How many dreams have been lost in those 5 seconds? How many lives have been limited by that hesitation? But now imagine the opposite. In those same 5 seconds, you choose action. You stand, you speak, you begin. And in that moment, your life takes a new direction. This is not about perfection. This is not about never feeling fear again. This is about courage in small doses. This is about giving yourself just enough push to break through the inertia. And as you practice it, the habit grows. You become someone who acts instead of delays. You become someone who trusts yourself instead of doubting. You become someone who moves forward instead of staying stuck. Let me guide you through it now. Think of something you have been putting off. Maybe it is a call you need to make. Maybe it is a project you need to start. Maybe it is a conversation you need to have. Hold it in your mind. Now take a breath and begin with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Move, act, do the thing. Feel the energy rise as you take that step. That is the power of the rule. That is the freedom waiting in 5 seconds of courage. And here is the deeper truth. Every time you act, you are rewiring your brain. You are teaching it that you are in control. You are strengthening the part of your mind that chooses, the part that leads, the part that creates. You are weakening the old patterns of fear and avoidance. And little by little, you are building a new identity. Someone who follows through, someone who trusts themselves, someone who lives fully. So many of us wait to feel ready before we act. But readiness is a lie. If you wait until you feel ready, you will never begin. Action creates readiness. Action creates confidence. Action creates momentum. And the 5-second rule gives you the simplest tool to begin, no matter how small, no matter how scared. I want you to make this your practice. Tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, instead of hitting snooze, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up you go. When you hesitate to say your affirmation in the mirror, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, say it out loud. When you want to go for a walk, but the couch is calling, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lace up your shoes. Every time you do it, you prove something powerful. That you are not controlled by excuses, you are guided by intention. And in time, you will look back and see how many things you have started, how many fears you have overcome, how many doors you have opened, just because you gave yourself those 5 seconds of power. It is not dramatic, it is not complicated, but it is transformational. So let us affirm this together now. Place your hand over your heart and repeat, I have 5 seconds of courage. I act before fear stops me. I trust myself to move forward. I am in control of my life. Again, I have 5 seconds of courage. I act before fear stops me. I trust myself to move forward. I am in control of my life. And one last time, with conviction, I have 5 seconds of courage. I act before fear stops me. I trust myself to move forward. I am in control of my life. My dear, never underestimate the small. Never underestimate the simple. For it is the small habits, the simple practices that create the greatest change. The 5-second rule is more than a trick. It is a declaration. It is you saying, I choose action. I choose courage. I choose life. And when you live this way, you will discover that every dream, every goal, every transformation begins not with giant leaps, but with 5 seconds of bravery. So go now, carry this rule with you. Count down when you hesitate, move when you doubt, act when you are afraid, and watch as your life begins to change, 5 seconds at a time. And so, my dear, when you begin to live these 7 rules, you will feel the shift in every part of your being. Your mind will be clear, your heart will be light, your energy will be focused, and your life will begin to flow in harmony with who you truly are. Change is not a burden. Change is not a struggle. Change is a choice, one loving thought at a time, one gentle action at a time. Let these 7 rules be your compass, your daily guide, your reminder that you are never powerless. You are always creating. Say it with me now as a blessing over your life. I trust life. I guide my mind. I live with love and music in my heart. I am changing, and my life is blooming.